in Iraq and Afghanistan. Why? Muslims, if you look today in the map of the world, Muslims are not invading any country. They say jihad and terrorist. Okay? Yani September 11, let's make it exceptional. But first, most scholars of Islam condemns that. And second, is we don't agree with the act. And Islam does not say to do that. So why are you going to judge the religion by 19 people when there are 1.4 billion people? So don't get stuck with one scenario or one case and judge. Do I say Christianity is a terrorist religion because of the Crusades? No. Do I say Catholicism and Hinduism is terrorist and violent religions because of World War I and Korea and Vietnam and the Hindus? I don't do that. Because remember what God said? He said, you attack those who attack you, but you don't transgress. So that is the bottom line of the idea of al-jihad in Islam. As I said, 13 definitions. One of them is the combative aspect, and the main purpose behind it is to defend and to help the oppressed. To defend the enemies against you and to help the oppressed, and to stand in front of those who are oppressing other people. And if you come to me and said, why Muslims went into Egypt? We say they were Catholics who were oppressed, or Orthodox who were oppressed, and they needed help. So the bottom line, or in summary, the non-Muslims in Islam are divided into 4 categories. And remember, this will summarize everything when it talks about jihad, the combative aspect. One is what's called dhimmi. Dhimmi is a non-Muslim who lives amongst Muslims majority. Yani minority of non-Muslims living amongst the majority of Muslims. Called dhimmi. This person. This is a type. The second type is musta'man. Or mu'ahid. Mu'ahid meaning someone who has a treaty, non-Muslims who has a treaty with Muslims. There's a treaty between them, peace treaty, whatever it is. There's agreement. The third type is musta'man. Someone who's given the protection by Muslims. Today you say, what does that mean? I say when someone is giving visa to go to Saudi Arabia, issuing such visa for him is telling him, you come to our land and you should be protected. That's what musta'man means. Those 3 categories, by no means a Muslim has the right to hurt. Listen to what the Messenger, peace be upon him, said. He said, من أمن رجلا ثم قتله فعليه لعنة الله والملائكة والناس أجمعين لا يقبل منه يوم القيامة صرفا ولا عدلا. He says, whoever gives protection to a non-Muslim, whoever gives protection to a non-Muslim, then he kills him. And he betrays this protection. He breaks it. Then the Prophet said, then he deserves the curse of God, and the curse of the angels, and the curse of all mankind. And on the day of judgment, nothing will be accepted from him. Sarfan aw adlan, meaning nafila or fard. That's what the Messenger telling the Muslims when it comes to those kind of people, those 3 categories. The Prophet says, whoever kills someone he gave protection, then I'm free from him, meaning he has nothing to do with me, even if the person he killed is disbeliever and is not Muslim. Because once you gave him your word, Muslim should respect. Now what's the 4th type? That you can fight, and you should fight. What we call muharib, the one who declares war on you. That one, as we already established, that you have the absolute right by any law in the world to fight back. And anyone says otherwise, then we tell him good luck, because he's going to just walk all over you. But I know for a fact no one will say that. No one will come to try to hurt you or hurt your family Or one of us today, his kid comes from outside playing, comes in crying. What happened? Oh, the neighbor's kid hit me. You leave the house and you like want to explode. You go to your neighbor and you hurt, and maybe he just like pushed him or something. That is the reality. So when someone comes to hurt you, attack you, take your wealth, take your properties, then the Prophet said, if you die protecting your family, you die protecting your wealth, then you're a martyr. You're a martyr. Because it's the idea of al-jihad again. So that is really the idea of al-jihad, and as I said, you are very intelligent people and very educated, and FIU is a great school. I've been here. There are negatives in everything, you know. But it was a great experience. I graduated in 2001 from here, and it was an amazing experience. The really one thing I regret, and wherever I give a speech in a school, in a university, I feel obligated to advise, especially the Muslims. And since here we're mixed, the Muslims and friends, studying is not the whole thing. You're going to be here 4 years, or maybe some brother told me that he lost count of the years he's been here. You can be dedicated, you can do very well, you can get great grades, but don't make your life the book. I mean the academic books. Because most probably what you learn in school, 90% of it, you'll never use in your real life. And I'm saying it because I know, okay? Because I've been there and I'm there, you know? Learn something else. Add to your knowledge. Explore. Read. Even if you dedicate half an hour a day, instead of sitting on the blue tables outside GC. They're still there? They're still there? Yeah, there were blue tables there. We used to spend a lot of time sitting there chatting. But even if you dedicate half an hour of your day, and if you're full-time and you spend a lot of time, just to learn something else. And to the non-Muslims, learn about Muslims. You did not come here tonight unless you were interested in the first place. Not interested to become Muslim, but you're interested to know. And knowledge is very powerful. So I advise you, and I remind myself as well, that take advantage of that, and when you finish, you're going to be learning a lot. Just about myself, I did not do that in FIU. I didn't. Because honestly, I didn't have someone who gave me this advice. But when I moved to Philadelphia and went to University of Pennsylvania, I realized that, part of it is I had to live by myself. So by the will of God and by the blessings of God, I was able simultaneously to do the dental degree along with the Islamic law degree. And it's full time. So you take advantage of time, and time is plenty. But as our messenger said, two bounties that a lot of people or take for granted, they're actually fooled by. One is the bounty of health, and one is the bounty of time. A lot of us have health and have time. Because if you don't have health, you can have all the time, but you don't feel doing anything. And if you have health and you don't have time, you can't do anything. So a lot of us have that bounty. When you're still students, you got a lot of time. Anyway, I remember when I was in high school, I couldn't wait to get to college. I said, man, I don't need to ask someone to go to the bathroom. You know? I don't have to go to class every day. So I go to college and I enjoy it. Then I can't wait to get out, work, make money, because I'm tired of taking exams. And then you go to the real world, you know what you wish? If you're back in high school. So I hope you benefited from me and you learned something tonight. And if you have any questions, I'm willing to hear them. I don't know about answering them, but...
Is it possible that everybody doesn't understand the message of Islam? Muslims don't understand the message of... There's no unified understanding of the message of Islam?
Okay. You all heard the question? Is it possible that even Muslims do not understand the message of Islam? I say the first verse, the Quran is about 600 pages, okay, and thousands of verses. The very first verse that was revealed to our messenger, the very first word is اقرأ, which means read. And one of our biggest problems today is we don't read. We don't read.